All right, guys, we are back. I do apologize for that. Big Chonis here, kind of talk some Bitcoin once again. Thanks for sticking with me here. All right, so we're talking about our daily chart here, okay? We're talking about our move we've had here in Bitcoin and where we're able to actually hold these areas here and keep this momentum going here bullishly, and kind of what we actually have to do that to keep this momentum flowing and these areas of support that we keep testing here and want to keep moving forward on as well. And for that to happen, we basically need to have, this continued bull volume and money flow falling in here. Now we want to have this days like this where we actually have that really nice bull move here, and that's basically going to consist with us keeping forward here. So RSI, again, we're still finding that resistance area right at this 55 area here. A bull break, once again, can put us in these higher areas here. Now note our resistance line here and our actually descending angle here where we hit resistance here, and we actually have a little bit more room to go up one more time and find this area here of actual little, test that one more time and get rejected by it, honestly, one more time as well, because that's definitely a possibility there where we can actually see that happen. But we got to get over the 55 first. Now we've found areas there of finding support, and now we're basically finding it as resistance setting up. We can reset here for one more push here. Now what's going on with our stochastic here? Because again, our daily stochastic just got up here to our bigger, $100, 100-point area here. Now we've been up here for days before. We can be up here for days before. So this current bear cross here is kind of insignificant to me right now because we had a bunch of that the last time we were up here very bullishly. Okay. It would take a lot to really bring out our stoke level there. Now we've been following on our daily chart here. Okay. This is our Bitcoin. There we go. This is our wedge we're watching here. This is our triangle wedge that we found resistance, found support. Okay, and now once again we're angling to test this area here. Note our bullish 3 candles here of our histogram. Okay, we actually put in a third one of a higher one here on our histogram. That's significant because that keeps us moving forward there. Okay, in our bullish momentum. That's where we actually want to keep that going there. If that were basically to break down here, then that would basically end our bullish momentum chances there, and that would cause this kind of momentum to kind of be in doubt because we get closer here. Listen to our apex. Okay, now this could take us, into October here. For sure, this could take us definitely into this October area. So we could have several more weeks, okay, as we tighten up our price action, tighten up our indicators here. When watching our on balance volume here, we keep putting these lower highs here, okay, higher lows, but we're looking for any kind of a bearish divergence. Now I noticed this on the 4-hour. What the heck is that doing? Come on. Okay, we were watching to see if we had any bearish. Where are we going here? Come on, auto. What the heck? Oh, there we go. That's what's going on there. Okay. So we were watching for that bearish price divergence here on our 4-hour, okay, OBV, and still we're hitting this resistance area, right? But we're getting close to it once again. So this is another case where we can consolidate here. Remember, this area here was resistance. Now we're actually finding it as support here. And this actually is significant here, okay? Because of being able to find support in an area where we're able to find resistance. As our wedge, our descending wedge here gets tighter, okay? So nothing is confirmed until we can break this area here, maybe back test, bounce on it. It'd be something like this, back test it, and then come higher, okay? Or we basically hit it, get rejected on it, kind of flow through here, and do something like that. These are really 2 scenarios we have going here, but we're getting close to that, moment of truth, and at least in our OBV, this could take us, just to the end of the month. Literally just a week and a half left to really see how this can actually play out on our OBV. Now our chalk and money flow, this is telling us what kind of cash flow we have flowing in here. Now, once again, we were rejected at this area here, okay? Same area right here in this area here where we found resistance. Now we know what a bull break can bring us, okay, up to these 4s region here, okay? Now we have this higher low still set up, still putting in here, okay? We basically hit it here. This is our 0 line, so we're plus positive in our 0 line. We're putting in a higher low continuously here, on this kind of ascending wedge here, right? Higher, low, lower, high, lower, high, lower, high. Actually, I take that back. Kind of a slightly higher high there. Okay, something like that. Here, get rid of that. To here. And yeah, I honestly see that more as like what we're doing here. Support, resistance. Okay, now this is our money flow flowing in here. And I just want to do... B, D, E. So maybe this is our E bottom, and this actually pattern would be a bullish pattern here in terms of our talking money flow, where we actually do something like that, where we've actually found that support here and we can actually move higher. So I'll definitely keep an eye on that, because that is actually a better looking... That's more of a bullish angle there. Now, the reason I bring that up in comparison is actually if we go back to our RSI, okay? Now I'm going all the way to our weekly chart here. Okay, I'm going to auto us up here, pull us closer here. Now, we've been watching, I put a tweet out on this earlier, we've been watching this very tightening triangle here where we have actually A, B, C, D, E, and we're once again testing and resisting, right? We're resisting this upper channel line here. And that is significant because it keeps happening, you know, that we get tighter in our apex. This apex, again, could take us into October if we keep this up here, you know. So major bull break, major money, okay, major bear break, okay, major fall down. Really depends on what happens with this test here, if we can even get here of this line. Now, we actually were testing it yesterday when we were actually a little more bullish in our price action. This had pulled back. Remember, this is our weekly chart. This closes tomorrow, and that is going to be significant, where we actually are able to close this particular weekly candle here, you know, because the current rejection holds. Okay, then we still see this as the bears having control, having rejected this line on the past 3 occasions here. And a fourth touch of this lower area here, I would not expect to hold. I would not expect to hold if we actually break bearish here and touch this line here. I would not expect that to hold for a fourth touch, let alone if we go a fourth touch here on our resistance line. I actually would not expect that to hold and actually see that breaking bullish there. Speaking of that, let's go to... So Bitcoin shorts. Oh, okay, we already have that up. So we'll go shorts there. We'll go Bitcoin longs here. And listen, we're going to do a comparison here between our Bitcoin longs and our Bitcoin shorts. Let's go to our daily here, because listen, what has happened? We had a very high shorts here, and they got a little beaten up in this last move we just had here. Okay, so listen, these are our Bollingers on our daily Bitcoin shorts over here. These are our Bollingers on our daily Bitcoin Bitfinex longs. Over here, we see our resistance on our upper BB on our longs. Okay, we see actually a shooting star candle here we just closed on. Now our shorts are currently finding that support right at our lower BB as they actually get tighter here. Okay, so our shorts are finding support here. Our longs are finding resistance in a much more wider Bollinger Band there, okay, than our current BBs there on our shorts there. We also see our daily longs, you know, back-to-back Maribozus, just gorgeous bullish move, continuation here, okay, of this move here, finding that resistance, wanting to break through, wanting to test higher areas. Remember, longs have been much higher, and we actually have broken bullishly from this descending wedge here. Okay, still haven't, well, actually we did break bullishly, had our back test, came up, so we're actually surpassing it and potentially have broken through it, and longs can move higher here, but it depends what happens with our shorts. Can they counterattack? Can they counteract this move here and actually allow this to actually continue higher, finding support, which would actually be a very bearish move for Bitcoin. Now, what's been leading the way here? You know, we all have to acknowledge Ripple's move, right? Yesterday, you know, just a tremendous move, almost led the way, brought all that money flow into crypto. You know, today's price action, let me pull it up here, because I almost feel like you really have to acknowledge what happened with Ripple yesterday. how significant that move was. Let me go to, I don't want Kraken, I want Bitfinex. All right, so we wicked out pretty gnarly, okay? This was our daily here. We finished yesterday's candle. Okay, remember, we're still way above our upper Bollingers there on our daily candles, right? We actually found support there. We wicked off with a indecision doji here, okay, on half the volume. So even though this was bought up, we actually had half the volume here. Now, notice our OBV is holding very strong here. So people are still holding their positions. People are still holding long positions currently in Ripple. This level off here to me is actually still pretty bullish. Look at that. We're back over the zero line on our daily chalk-in money flow. That's bullish. Okay. But we're still way outside our upper BB there. Okay. So, again, consolidating is not the end of the world here on this move. We're finding that resistance on the 38. Now, this wick is tricky, especially on a fib here. You know, how much money flow? Actually, that's a great question. How much money flow was up on that wick there? Let's find out. Oh, come on. I hit you. I hit you again. There we go. All right, so our VPVR is telling us, let's get really in here. Let's see where this money was flowing in here. Just these candles here. Ah, interesting. So we actually have a decent amount of money flow right here. So let me actually negate the wick and just go down to yesterday's current and see that actually if we negate our upper wick, which didn't really have a lot of money flow, even though we were able to get up to 80 cents here, I actually feel this is potentially a more accurate fib. And that basically shows a very bullish, concerning 23.6 hold of our retest here. You know, that is notable here. So we're holding our volume, we're holding that. RSI is still a little toppy here, but still, this is strong. Like, this is not weak yet. There's still some momentum in here, you know? But sideways price action wouldn't be the worst thing in the world here. And let's just bring us back into our Bollingers there. What does even our weekly Bollinger look like here? Yeah, see, we wicked out on our upper BB there, on our weekly. Just boom, and boom, crazy volume there. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised on that sideways movement. Remember, this is our weekly, so tomorrow's candle close is going to have this really nasty wick on it. So far, if we even pull back more, I mean, that could even be a bigger wick. Man, remember, you don't want the wick to be longer than the body. So our wick to body ratio tomorrow on our weekly candle close will be significant in Ripple's chart here. Do a couple more here. Let me look at quick look at EOS here. So again, you know, even in this $5 region, every time we break bearish, we're in the fours. Bullish, we get to the sixes. You know, back to the fives again here. You know, volume's consistent. Let's see here again. I'm on a high time frame weekly chart. Still way wide Bollingers here. Okay, there's no reason why this can't go sideways for a long time here. Note our weekly RSI here. What do we get going on here? So we put in a low, a high, a low, a double bottom, a higher low, a higher low, lower high, and right now we're so tight. Yeah, okay, so we're very tight in our equilibrium here, something like that. CDE. DE. So this is kind of bullish there, the way it's kind of setting up a little bit, you know. So we could have one more pullback. It's about holding this support line here. If we actually do that on the EOS weekly, let's go into a little tighter frame here and see how EOS is responding to Bitcoin's price action, and if we're seeing any bullish divergence in it. Again, you know, nice move here in EOS from our low. What this is, how do we do here? Price range. Wow, 34% move. This was a great move for EOS. Congratulations to those who were able to pick this baby up for that nice move there from bottom to top there. And we really have not retraced that much at all. Swing low to swing high. You know, we're still finding that very bullish 23.6 support. Same thing with that Bitcoin move on that wick. So again, the market's still pretty bullish here. You know, the market's still pretty bullish here. We're seeing little pops here. Remember, Litecoin's holding above 60 right now. You know, I think I actually find that it's kind of significant. You know, we had our double test here. Now, if I just want to just put out one scenario here, let me get rid of my BBs because they're distracting me for the moment. All right, I mean, if we see this as some sort of an HNS here, I'll draw this, or inverse HNS. Where are we here? So, boom, 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 and then this was our break, and then this was our break with neckline back test. I think that's pretty good. So that's our approach there. And, you know, is it possible we could get up to 70? You know? Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of good with that neckline, to be quite honest, because of this double top here. That's pretty legit. And we've already gone, you know, maybe almost halfway, not really halfway there, but we've definitely gone a decent amount there. Let me do a swing low to swing high here and see what's going on here. So we've climbed. Wow, look at that. Look at our neckline. Look at our neckline top off here. Initially got rejected right at the 6-1. Look at that, to the dollar, right at the 618 fib, okay? From our right shoulder climb up there. Look where it found support at the 382, right? Now we're just ranging here. This is bullish. This still remains bullish. And you could target 67 to 70. 66, let's not get greedy, right? I think you should take profit around 66 so we can get up there. You know, that'd be another 10% move, right? Wouldn't that? Yeah, almost a 10% move. Another $5 there. Okay, start scaling out there. And you could go as high as, yeah, high as 15% here to complete this HNS. Now, where else would that put us? That puts us kind of in this area here. Yeah, 68.90, like right there. Look at that, right where we topped off again. So we either do a double top off here or a lower high from our last top off back in the early part of September when we topped off at 69 again. That's significant. Remember that happened last time. We did the same thing. We cupped over, right? We cupped over HNS, lower high, cup over HNS, lower high. Is there a diagonal here? Yeah, there's the back test right there, and the bull break of it happened to be in the right shoulder. It's interesting. Now, if we just use here to here, now let's just say we keep this consistent here, right? We see. I mean, honestly, I'll just use the last point before this really significant bear break here. And this bear break was significant. This was our last top off. Okay. Now we were trying to break through to a higher high. This is where our rejection is here. Okay. Now this line is significant. I don't know where it hits, but this line here could still target us to between 64 and $65. So there's room to run in Litecoin as well, as long as Bitcoin remains bullish as well. And Bitcoin, where can Bitcoin hit? You know, Bitcoin could hit 7K or at least test $6,900 right there. Boom. Yeah, here. You know, this line is totally still in play. You know, and the way we're flagging here, I mean, just look at the pattern. You know, feel the heartbeat. There's no reason why the bulls are kind of capitulate here. You know, we can go sideways for a while. Every dip gets bought up here. Happen here, happen here, happen here, happen here, and just happen here again. Okay? The bulls need to. They step in, they come in, they show up. What's up, Ryan? What's up, Claiborne Taylor? What's up, If Graph? Hello, Robin. Andre, what's going on, fellas? 48 people in the chat room. How about a thumbs up, guys? Appreciate your thumbs up on this feed here. Thanks for spending a little bit of your Saturday night with me. Remember, this is Big Chonis. You guys can find me on Twitter. I am at Big Chonis. These are all my best ideas, of course. All right, what else we got going on here? Let's take a couple of looks here at... remember my Bitcoin futures chart here. I'm going out to my 4 hour. We have one gap still. Remember, we have this gap. It's closed now, right? It doesn't open again until Sunday night. Who else we got here? Hello, Wayne Morris, Karma Bateshta, Dan MC. Hey, Robin. Love you, Robin. Okay, so this is closed. This opens again. This opens up Sunday, East Coast USA at 6 p.m., I think. Yeah, I think it's at 6 p.m. Yeah, 6 p.m. So we have one gap still in the chart, and that's at 64.23. Now, we mark our low area of our gap, okay, of our opening, because where price is currently higher than the gap. If it was the inverse there, we'd mark our high point to see where we have to fill. But right now, here's our gap, and there's our wick off at 64.23, and here you can see it a little better here. There it is. Okay, this is where the chart skipped a beat. Okay, all gaps get filled in this chart. They've all been filled ever since. Look at little gap there. Okay, filled right here. There was another little one, right? No, we were actually pretty clean for a while until this one here, and then nothing here. So this is it, which means I expect we're gonna get back down here to $6,400 at some point. Question is, do we have another $100, maybe $200 in the price of Bitcoin ahead of us, which could bring our alts again a little more bullishness? We're seeing a little pop here, continuation here in ADA. It found support here on our EMA 12. Okay, we like the continuation. Low volume push though. The volume is what you got to keep an eye on here. That's why we wanted to see that follow through in Bitcoin's volume and in crypto's volume, what came from yesterday, that 6 billion pop in Bitcoin. But again, we were rolling the 4 billions right now, We're looking for the follow through here. We're looking for that follow through in Bitcoin, and we're just not really seeing it here. Now look at this. I don't want to really judge this 5-minute chart. I mean, really, okay, I'll do our hourly. Hourly is a fair chart because we just started the new day. Okay, now where's our support? Remember, I use my EMA 12 by EMA 26, okay? Hourly chart here, okay? So far, well, what's this telling me? This tells me when we break both of them, we find support in my 55, okay? It also shows we're getting tighter here, okay? Here was our fan out, okay? Here was our tweezer bottom flipping here on our hourly. Nice bull break. Same thing here. We dipped down. We saw this pattern back in April, I think. I remember it very clearly here. Gino B, do gaps matter on time frames? I like to stick with a minimum of an hourly, but the 4 hour is pretty accurate as well. I don't like to go any lower than an hourly because there's just too many gaps that form and get filled quickly. So again, that's the only chart, the CME futures chart, where you're going to find gaps mostly because it does close, unlike Bitcoin and cryptos 24/7. So back to these bear moves here that induce this bull pop, okay? And the hourly on this candle here was crazy. We broke bearish, got bought up. And once again, we're holding this support here, and we keep finding this support as our EMAs get tighter here. Now, our Bollingers on our hourly have actually not been very useful at all. There are times we get very tight for a while, very wide for a while, but I've really enjoyed using the 4 hour to really show a good sense of what's happening. And my 4 hour tells me we're very wide here. We're very wide here, remember? Broke very bullish here, going sideways. But I like the fact that we're finding that support on our MA 200 here, okay? Just the way when we broke it, we back tested it, and we found support, we're actually able to break bullishly here. We broke through it, we back tested it, we found support, and we're looking for that next push higher. Notice our volumes getting lower, right? Ooh, what the heck? So we're starting to find our decreasing volume Okay, what is tomorrow's price action going to bring us? Now remember, I'm on a, it actually makes sense to bring up this chart here. This can still be a bearish scenario. Well, this is still a bearish scenario playing out. Let me get rid of these fibs here for a moment and just stick to the whole count. 1, 2. So yeah, like we can still, let me get rid of this here. That's better. That's better. And let me hide my Bollingers. That's better. Okay, so 1, so 3, 4, and 1, 2. Okay, so I have to redo. So this is not, that's not the completed 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so that's our next. So we could actually have a 4, a longer 2, which would pull the 5 farther this way now. C, 5, 5, but also makes this 2 valid as long as you have 7,300. So we can still ride this up here and still put in a lower high as long as we don't break a RUV. I mean, shoot, even 7K break would be significant, right? But we're right there. 1, 2, nope. Yeah, this is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're probably still got one more wave here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Come on. There we go. Right? 1, 2. Can that, are we still 3, 4, 5? What is extension link here? Yeah, no, that's valid. Look at that. We hit a 1, 2, 3 of 1, right? So we, but 2, yeah, 2 was moderate. This could be a really short 4 too. This 2 was decently sized here. 2 was very long here. Okay, so I actually expect this retrace to be, it could be a lot shorter. And then 5 would put us an extension, because we hit the 2, 3, then we go 7, 8. So we're looking, yeah, right around 6,900 to 7K. It's still in play. You know, and that would basically also finish out our 2 wave, 1, 2. And then we could basically continue going down there if we get this rejection, because we'd be putting in a lower high here where the bulls are just not prepared to buy much over 7K, maybe $100 more, but that's it. This is our rejection zone. This is our major rejection zone. Okay, and it's also coinciding, look at this red line here, once again, with an MA 200 rejection on our daily chart. Here, 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 and we have one more chance to hit it right here. I mean, this is it. This purple box, which can put us between 6,900 and as high as, I'd say 7,250 max. Anything over that, we're getting just crazy tight. Right there. That's the box of freedom there. You break that, you break the MA 200, you find it as support, we can move higher. You reject again, and we could go. We could just complete this move here. Retest that 6K. How long can 6K last for? All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Have a great Saturday night. Hope you guys have some fun this weekend. I'll touch base with you guys tomorrow. I'll keep you guys posted on what's going on and what I'm seeing on the charts in terms of stuff on Twitter. Remember, you guys to find me on Twitter. I'm at Chonis. Please reach out to me if you have interest in my mentoring. I got a few more spots left for the last week of September. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to have you as one of my students. Okay? Until then, stay cool, stay safe, be safe. Okay, we still have even these bullish moves and indecision, but some crazy stuff's happening. We saw what happened with Ripple. We saw the money action that can flow in, but we don't want to trap ourselves. Okay, we want to keep it tight and keep it smart. Until then, guys, Bitcoin has a heartbeat. All you need to do is trade the pulse. Good night, everybody. Peace. Show us out.